on KMTV Action 3 News. Brought to you by Quaker Steak and Lube.
Welcome to the playoff edition of Game Night presented by Quaker Steak and Lube. I'm Phil Aldridge, and I'm joined, as always, by my atomic wingman, Garrett Gordon.
You know what it also is? It's the Halloween edition of Game Night, and there were some exceedingly scary first-round matchups for a couple of high seeds. We'll kick things off with 12th-seeded Westside, hoping to turn their game with Millard West into a Wildcats nightmare.
Yeah, Garrett, both teams, now they've shown that they can beat good teams this season, but Westside has also had some pretty inexplicable losses. So tonight it came down to 48 minutes for the next 48 years. Mox from West Canaan taught me that one. Westside taking on Millard West. What is more American than this, folks, on a crisp Friday night? Millard West methodical on the opening drive. Thomas Russell takes it in from a few yards out on the shorty. They missed the PAT, so it was 6-0 Wildcats. Let's go to the second quarter now. 13-0 Logan Anderjaska. The pretty play action fake fakes everyone out. Hooks up with Preston Humphrey. That was a pickup of 50 yards. Wildcats, they should have read Westside their rights before this beatdown. Russell takes it in a couple of plays later. 20-0 at that point. Now check this guy out, Garrett. Inspector Gadget. Check out this costume. He won the contest to the delight of the hometown crowd, Millard West. They cruise into the quarterfinals, 37-13.
Earlier today, Bellevue East and Millard North. Bellevue East, Jared Prince.
Whoa.
Finding a seam, a prince among men, 92-yard house call, tied up at 7. Maybe he's dressed as a prince of touchdowns. That's
like
his Halloween costume, right?
I like that.
Mustangs, well, they have their own prince.
Wow.
His name's Adrian Kellogg, and he's just running everyone over, sidelines, end zone, 14-7. At that point, then guess what? More from this guy, Kellogg. You know, they name a cereal after him. They should name touchdowns after him. Name everything after him. 62-27. Mustangs roll.
They've got two great running backs. All right, Kearney and Norfolk. Pick it up in the third quarter. Kearney up 14-7. Whoa!
Fumble.
Bryce Summer. Whoa!
They're not mad. They're
Wow.
happy. Gabe Smallwood. Touchdown. Gabe Smallwood into the end zone there. Later, swinging out to Jalen Bradley, end zone bound, 7-6, Thunderbirds out in front. Titans coming back. Smallwood to Ryan Erith. And watch the big fella run.
Wow.
I don't know if that's sped up or not. That might just be his
It may
real
have
speed.
been. It may have
May have been. Later, Kowalski up top. C.J. Johnson stunting like his daddy. Touchdown. Papio South wins 42-21. Moving on, Omaha North, the #1 overall seed, number 16 Lincoln Southwest. Lincoln Southwest found themselves in a nightmare they couldn't wake up from. Calvin Strong, the horror villain to defenses, 47 yards, 6-0 North. After a North fumble, Southwest has the ball near their own goal line. Grant Martin promptly puts the ball out of their own goal. Safety, 8-0 North in the Vikings. Well, it is North side, strong side for a reason. Mr. Strong doing the honors, over 100 yards in the first quarter. North wins 50-16.
All right, now Kearney and Norfolk. Garrett. Third quarter,
Big
Kearney
one.
with a 14-7 lead. Threatening to add to that lead, Bryce Sauber. Going up top, but he gets picked off. Down at the 1-yard line, now out of the shadow of their own goal. Tayan Mayer hands off to Ethan Middlestat. Look at Ethan, bouncing it out to the outside.
Nice
24-yard gain. That would lead to a 40-yard field goal by a high schooler. That is Lane McCallum. Puts it through the uprights. Norfolk within 4, but Norfolk, they would fall tonight to Kearney, 14-10.
Number 3 Creighton Prep, number 14 Omaha Burke. Both these teams use Burke as their home stadium. It looked more like Prep enjoyed playing here tonight. Zach Lucky rolls out, hits John Marcotti, 14-0 Prep. Falling to Burke fumble, Micah Wrench breaks a few tackles. He's into the end zone, 21-0 Prep. Following a third straight Burke turnover. Three straight. Wrench continues his assault on the Burke defense.
Can't do that.
Looking like Freddy Cougar hunting kids on Elm Street. 35-0 Prep gets the win.
Quite appropriate. It is his night, Freddy Krueger. Let's head to the state capitol. Omaha Central and Lincoln East. Central Jordan Flowers to Deshaun Neal for the touchdown.
Husker
Wow, that
recruit.
was too easy, 7-7. Central driving later. Flowers. The pass to the end zone, but it's going to get picked off. Whoa. Yes.
Flowers
Look
again.
at this young man. Scrambling, buys time. Shane Harlan, touchdown. Omaha Central, they move on, 21-14. Well, Garrett, that wraps up the playoff action from Class A. We have a lot more moving pictures coming up after the break. We'll head into Class B. I know you dig Class B. To see if any of the lower seeds could put a scare into the favorites. Don't move.
More of your neighbors are making the switch to KMTV. Make the switch to the station with more local news that matters to you. Switch to KMTV.
We already know that liberal Brad Ashford supported the good time law, allowing murderers like Nico Jenkins to be released early after serving only half their sentences. But there's more. Brad Ashford even supported removing sexual offenders from the state's registry, preventing families from knowing when sexual predators are in their neighborhoods. Liberal Brad Ashford is dangerously wrong on crime. The National Republican Congressional Committee is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Dan, we need a name for the McMullen Ford Black Friday sale.
How about every Friday we have a sale?
How about every week?
I can see that.
Ford Focus SC, only $15,890.
Ford Fusion S, only $18,990.
F-150s, we'll mark everything down so fast that...
We're gonna need crowd control. Wow.
I don't know what came over me.
Relax, Dad.
So what do we call our Black Friday sale?
Fabulous, fantastic, year-end Black Friday sale.
Okay. Come in now and save at the pre-Black Friday sale.
Only at McMullen Ford.
I'm Brad Ashford, and I approve this message.
Lee Terry is completely desperate. The World Herald says Terry's ads are distortions, show disrespect for Nebraska voters, and should be withdrawn. These ugly ads ignore facts that voters need to make an informed decision. We have examined the facts and endorsed Ashford. Few lawmakers have done more for public safety. Electing Brad Ashford will help change the toxic DC culture.
I'm a Republican.
I'm a lifelong Republican.
But it's time for Lee Terry to go.
CHI Health Allegiant Creighton Clinic offers convenient ways to get you well and keep you well. With online tools, no appointment necessary care, and more. Imagine better health.
The Action 3 News Weather Alert Team, powered by Controlled Comfort. There's no safer place in a storm.
I believe in the greatness of America. So much, I'm willing to lay down my life to protect it. There's something about being a service member. We've taken that oath to sacrifice everything with nothing asked in return. Threats like ISIS remind us there's good and evil in this world. Knowing the difference and being willing to do something about it is what makes America who we are. I'm Joni Ernst, and I approve this message.
Become a fan of Action 3 News on Facebook and join the conversation.
Welcome back to Game Night. At the start of the season, Omaha Skutt was the boogeyman of Class B, sending their opponents screaming into the night, Garrett. They won their first 4 games by, get this, an average of 39 points. Then they lost 2 of the next 3 and appeared the magic was gone.
But when your head coach is the Terminator, of course you'll be back. And Skutt rallied to end the year with 2 top 5 wins and clinched the top overall seed in the playoffs. The boogeyman from Class B was back, y'all. Waverly would have better been off running scared instead of taking the field tonight. Nathan Purcell, the interception for Skutt. The defense came to play. Then Isaiah Ramsey finds Sean McCormick after scrambling for Ramsey. Mobile quarterback, hitting McCormick for the touchdown, 14-0. Skutt, more Skutt. This time Ramsey hits Jake Kemenzend. Skutt rolls 35-0.
All right, Gretna playing host to Lincoln Pius. 2v15 matchup. Gretna's Jari Samuelson. He's going to air it out to Nathan Skrdla. Big gain for Pius to the 12-yard line. A couple plays later, Samuelson, Ricky Johnson for 6. 28-10 Gretna at this point. Lincoln Pius with the response. Ethan Anderson. Is that a carpet company? The option, almost 50 yards down to the 4. A couple plays later, Colton Abendroth would plunge in. Dragons, they move on, 49-34.
Nice win for them. York visiting Elkhorn. This one, 7 versus 10. Not really supposed to be a close game, but it was. Elkhorn already down 14-3, but Kyle Janvin cuts it to 14-10. Elkhorn just getting started on the comeback trail. Chase Hazelwood breaking it outside. Nice big game in the sun. This was this afternoon. That would set up another touchdown. Antlers win in a close one, 27-24.
To the storm of Elkhorn South, taking on Beatrice. Moses Bryant scores on the shorty. It was tied up at 21 apiece. Beatrice would answer though. Chase Nelson. He was going to score to give them the lead, but I'll tell you what.
Indiana Jones liked it.
I will tell you what. Blair came back big time.
Beatrice.
Pardon me, not
Beatrice.
Beatrice. What am I thinking of? I'm getting these bees mixed up. Beatrice, they send Elkhorn South home 42-35.
Rough loss for them. You were
Now
just getting
to
ahead
Blair.
of yourself because Blair.
I'm being a hog, Garrett.
Blair was on the road against Crete. Blair kind of been real hot lately. They win this game 31-22. That means they will play the winner of our next score here. Omaha grows on the road against McCook. McCook wins 38-25, so they will travel to Blair next week.
All right, let's get to Central City and Ashland Greenwood. Ashland Greenwood would strike first. Bryce Chudamelka. Did I get that right, Garrett?
Yes, you did.
Trevor Nicholson for a touchdown of 7-0. AJ would be back on the move again. That guy, Chudamelka, to the wide receiver, Jeremiah Ullman.
The other way, though.
7-6 at that point. But Ashland Greenwood, they would get the win, 48-14.
Yeah, they get the W there. Boys Town, right?
Another score, to pass along. Boys Town missed an extra point in this one, Garrett.
That's a brutal way to lose.
Kearney Catholic wins at 27-26.
Volleyball court, 14th ranked Huskers, they get the win over Rutgers.
Full collision ice hockey, UNO on the road upstate New York. They played a tie against Cornell, same two teams tomorrow in Ithaca, New York. That's going to do it for the high school portion of our show. First round of the playoffs. We'll be back next Friday night for the second round of the playoffs, Garrett. You psyched about that? After break, we're going to talk about the Huskers and their matchup with Purdue tomorrow. Don't you dare touch that dial.